Hey, everybody, Hop Sauce coming at you right here. Thanks for checking in. Hope you're doing well. My main mentor in the cryptocurrency space is the Economic Ninja. And Ninja, what's up, man? I always appreciate you. Everything you have done for me, and the Ninja Nation is rocking right now. But anyway, Ninja interviewed Rong Kai, founder of Reactive Network. And after watching it, I realized that some people might be missing the story on where he comes from and his background and how he ended up in the Reactive Network. So he's not just a regular old crypto founder. This is somebody who helped allocate capital inside of Binance. Anybody ever heard of Binance? So he evaluated hundreds of different blockchain startups and then went on to build infrastructure himself. So let's break it down real quick here. Rong Kai actually is, and why Reactive Network still is one of my favorite projects moving forward here.
You're doing well. I want to talk about the Reactive Network. And I've got Ron Kai, the CEO of Reactive, on. I want to ask him a handful of questions and bring all of you up to date with what's going on. But before I start, I want to explain something. I still hold all of my Reactive. Am I down in it? Yes, I am. But I'm ironically buying more as the price is better.
Me too. Me
That's
too.
not investment advice. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you I like to invest like institutions. And one of the things I wanted to bring Ron Kai on for is talk about a little bit about his investing background, because I think a lot of people don't understand that he actually invested in the beginning stages with PARSIQ. And you know what? Heck with it. Ron Kai, how are you doing?
Good. Thank you so much, Jeff, for having me and for your support as well.
Awesome. Sorry about. I get weird on intros. I'm like, which way do I go? I right before we jumped on this interview, I asked if you had invested in PARSIQ, and and you said yes. Can you talk a little bit about that and how that came to be, and then your background with Binance, which I don't think a lot of people understand.
Yeah, sure, definitely. So that was something that I think if someone has been following us since 5, 6 years back, they will know. But this is Web3, like people come and go, so a lot of people might not be very familiar with. So what happened is that before I joined, Reactive Network, I was actually with Binance, and I was in the team that was running the 100 million BSC Accelerator Fund. It's like, what's that? If you've been around in 2020, you will know, because in 2020, Binance launched that 100 million BSC Accelerator Fund to sort of kickstart Binance Smart Chain. Back then, it was called Binance Smart Chain. And Binance Smart Chain, right now, of course, they just shortened it back to Binance Chain. But when it first started, it was basically zero. Nothing was on it. When they launched the chain, they also launched this fund to say that, hey, there's 100 million we'll invest in startups. So I was in a team that was looking at all the applications coming in, talking to projects. Basically, I'm like the mini VC, investing in them. We went through 500 companies. We invested in 31 when I left. And the company building a Reactive Network now, PARSIQ, that's the company name. It was one of the company that me and my team we invested in. Back then, it was doing if this and that, and that was something that was sorely lacking in basically Web3 as a whole. And we thought that, hey, this is a very important building block in a Web3 ecosystem. It needed something like that, and we invested in PARSIQ. And PARSIQ actually rapidly caught our attention across 2020, 2021, because I think across all our portfolios, it was the best performing asset. It's not just that it had a lot of traction, a lot of people were paying attention to it. That's kind of how I built the relationship with PARSIQ. And then I joined them subsequently when I left Binance, initially as a COO. And then 3 years ago, they made me the CEO. And I've been with them ever since. And then we launched Reactive Network, of course, last year, and the rest, of course, is history.
Okay, wow, just last year. I mean, I knew it was really recent as far as the findings and when it was founded, but last year, I mean, this is amazing opportunities here, people. Before the founding of React Network, Rong Kai wasn't just building a garage in his garage somewhere. Okay, like he said, Binance in 2020, and so just to kind of elaborate just a little bit, this Binance Smart Chain Accelerator, it funded $100 million that evaluated over 500 Web3 projects, okay, and invested in around 40 of them. So they took it from 500 and shrunk it down to 40. He understands how these things work and could identify when the failure of these blockchains could potentially come up. Okay, he saw weaknesses in smart contracts. What we're talking about specifically is a smart contract narrative here in the cross-chain infrastructure. Now, hey, if any of you have ever tried to move tokens or coins across a bridge onto other blockchains, it is difficult. It can be very costly as well. And this is what I learned about all this stuff in 2020 when I was trying to do this, and I couldn't believe how expensive it was. I mean, at some point it was, to move $100 was costing me like $39, and I'm sitting there going, how is this even worth it? It was pretty insane, but that's what Reactive Network does. It solves this problem of cross-chain movement with real-time smart contracts. So as soon as something could change on a smart contract, it's real-time movement. It's really bizarre, kind of like a Google Drive doc, but on blockchains. It's an amazing, amazing technology. So, and then there's PARSIQ. This is that blockchain analytics and event-based monitoring platform that he later joined and became the CEO. So, I mean, come on. I've learned that when looking at projects to invest in, knowing things about the founder and where it came from is critical for the longevity and sustainability of where you want to put your money. Now, Reactive Network is built around the idea of this event-driven smart contracts. Most blockchains are passive. They are stamped and validated. Once that's done, it can't change, right? Smart contract only runs when someone manually calls it to action. That's what Reactive does. It's something happens on a chain, like a liquidation or a transfer or some kind of condition. It automatically triggers this execution on the chain B. So it's no bots control this, no off-chain scripts. It's all manual monitoring. Now, all this information is on the Reactive Network website. I'll put the link in the description there so you don't have to search for it. You can just click it. So this is upper level thinking, people. Okay, when you look at the Rong Kai's background evaluating projects and such with Binance, building analytics at PARSIQ, this is why I'm stoked on it. Okay, now quickly, I'm going to take a step back. Just because someone worked at Binance doesn't mean a project guarantees success. That's not what I'm saying. To my viewers, I do realize that. And what it does mean, they've seen how capital is able to flow in and out of the industry. So he understands how tokens are designed, what investors specifically look for, and understands the infrastructure bottlenecks that we see in blockchains, which creates a lot of transactions to be way too expensive and slow. It happens quite often, okay? So what problem? What problem is Reactive solving, okay? Cross-chain fragmentation problem. DeFi automation opportunity, competition, okay? It's heightening competition between Chainlink, automation and Gelato, etc., these kind of things. And it's the risk adoption plus the developers' interest in attraction on this deal. The reason this project has strong community, and I know a lot of you guys, thank you for tuning in and watching right here. I'm down. This infrastructure builders tend to attract long-term holders, and that's what we've seen with the comments that I've seen on here. Every time I talk about Reactive, you guys are awesome. It's unbelievable. Way better than, honestly, the XRP Army. XRP Army is kind of know-it-all-y and whatever, no offense, but I'm just saying, Reactive people aren't like that. Okay, here's what I want you to know from here. Does event-driven smart contract automation actually change the game? Or is it just another layer of competing for attention in an already crowded ecosystem? That's my questions to you all. Drop a comment below if you would, please. I'm interested in these two things. I'll repeat it. Does event-driven smart contract automation actually change the game? That's question number one. Question number two, or is this just another layer competing for attention in an already crowded ecosystem? Food for thought. Happy Friday, everybody. Hop Sauce getting out of here. Enjoy your weekend. Do something fun. Get some movement. Get some exercise. Try to calm the mind as we go into the weekend. And, do it all again. I'll probably check in tomorrow if anything comes up here. There's a lot of stuff popping off. We're in a weird time and space in the economy. And just, you know what? Humanity in general is kind of acting goofy out there. But like always, people, it's a pleasure. I really appreciate you. Hit that sub. Trying to get those subs going. Thumbs up, all the above, and share. Have a good weekend, everybody. Peace out. Peace out.